Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and the first video in a multi-part series where I will be walking you through all the changes that I am making over at the Shurtleff household in order to change up their atmosphere, not only for their family but for their beloved guests as well. In this video you're going to see some before and afters as well as the steps we took in order to make the dining room and the kitchen a little more open and more inviting. Otherwise, here's some background information on who the Shurtleffs are, as well as some of the design goals we've set in place for their home. As always, I would like to thank you so much for watching my videos. If you want to go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the little notification button so you'll get notified whenever I post new videos. I do plan to come out with some more interior design content here soon, as well as some upcoming home renovation projects. Thanks for watching and enjoy the video.
This is my boyfriend's older sister, Allie, her husband, Ben, and their two kiddos. They are first-time homebuyers and closed on this house roughly 2 weeks before Allie gave birth to their youngest child in late 2019. For their growing family, this home was the perfect size and layout, but it was definitely outdated and it needed a lot of cosmetic upgrades. In the days prior to Allie's delivery, we all pitched in to clean, paint the bedrooms and living room, baseboards. The carpet was replaced throughout, and they got new kitchen appliances. They moved in, and shortly after their little arrived, they plan to live in this house for only a few years and then move elsewhere. For now, we want to give the house a facelift while being conscientious of what future buyers will be interested in. The Shurtleffs love to entertain. They're huge football fans, and they constantly have guests over for watch parties and get-togethers. So our main goal is to create a space that is open, inviting, and calming for their family and guests. Without further delay, let's get into this kitchen design. Remember when I mentioned that the whole family pitched in on painting before the big move? Well, this also included having the babies around the house who seemed to have missed the memo that the kitchen wasn't an immediate priority. So they ended up with this masterpiece on their dining room wall from November up until April when this was filmed. We decided to remove the green laminate backsplash since we plan to do a backsplash in the near future. Allie and her sister Josie kicked off this reno by painting the walls the same light gray that was used throughout the house. I will be linking all the products in the description below, but for reference, we used the color Polar Star for the walls. Then we began to remove the cabinet doors. We used an electric sander on all the flat pieces and went in by hand on all the grooves of the doors, drawers, and crown molding of the cabinets. The previous owners did choose a high gloss paint, which we found that we didn't really need to remove entirely, but just enough to remove the gloss so that the paint would have something to adhere to. There was also a lot of drip marks from the previous owner's paint job that we needed to make sure got sanded down before going over with paint. I really cannot stress enough the importance of prep work, y'all. Take all the time that you need to tape all of your edges, make sure your sanding is done evenly and in every crevice, cover your appliances and flooring well, and so on. After sanding was done, we wiped down all surfaces with a damp rag twice and then with a dry rag to make sure we got all of the dust off. Then it was time for primer. For the cabinets, we used Kiehl's Hide-All Interior Primer and then we painted it with Glidden High Endurance Plus Semi-Gloss White. Primer will not give you complete coverage as you see in these pictures, and that is okay. Do not panic. Just remember to work in even sections. I recommend using a paintbrush to get the crevices of the doors first, and then a roller on the flat parts. Let this dry thoroughly before going over with the paint. We did find out that one coat of primer followed by one coat of paint still wasn't that flawless, complete coverage look that we were hoping for. So after 12 straight hours of sanding and painting, we did call it a day to let the first coat dry overnight and give our arms a break. Here is day 2 showing what the primer and first coat look like dry. We went in with the second coat, and then of course my favorite part of any project, removing the tape. There is seriously nothing more satisfying to me than seeing those crisp, clean lines and getting to step back and admire your work for a sec. The next day, once everything was fully dry, we put the cabinet doors back in place and began making our marks for the hardware that we needed to install. But first, I want to show y'all just how much of a difference a little bit of paint can make. We bought a set of drawer pulls from Amazon, and we saved a ton of money in comparison to going to a big box store. They were $38 for 30 pulls total, and they included the screws, and there's 2 different types of screws that you could use. These pulls have 4-inch distance between the hole centers, and the overall length of the face of the pull is about 5 inches roughly. We could definitely not be happier with this purchase. Again, y'all, prep. Measure, and then when you think you've marked and leveled your marks properly, measure it again. You do not want to have to drill multiple holes in these doors and drawers. Trust me, learn this from experience. Also, remember to charge your power drill battery overnight. We learned that the hard way about 6 pulls in to the total of 24 that we had to mount on these kitchen cabinets. Alright y'all, let's take a quick peek back at what the kitchen looked like before the renovation, including an image of what it looked like with the old appliances that came with the home. It was just immensely dark and outdated, definitely not the style that Allie was hoping for when they were looking for a house, but ultimately we knew it was something that we could fix in the future. I'm so over the moon with how much the space changed by just giving it some TLC. It was definitely a massive group effort, but I am so happy we came together to knock it out. Allie and Ben love their new kitchen, and I am sure that when they decided it's time to list this house, future buyers will also appreciate the work that was put into it. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you turn on those notifications because I will be uploading a part 2 in which we will be doing an affordable alternative to backsplash. Here is a sneak peek of the stunning tiles that we picked out for this kitchen, and I also plan to show you all the renovation that I did in their guest bathroom. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting Ariana Ruiz Interior Designs.
Hey, Allie, will you do me a favor?
No.
Right here in this cabinet, will you stop the recording, please?